She's a pretty wily person when it comes to evading paying money.
Are you in agreement with that?
In agreement. I mean, it sounds like I have no choice. My ex, both her parents have died within the last year, and she has over $150,000 in assets. So,
All right, the court take notice that Holly Crants will serve June 20th, 2023. No answer's been filed.
What are the children's names?
3 children, 2 minors. We have Colin at 13, Amanda at 17, and then Riley is 18. All same last name.
And is it correct that Miss Holly Ann Crants is currently incarcerated?
To the best of my knowledge, I don't really have access to that information, but that's what I've been told.
And she was previously ordered to pay you child support of $341 per month, correct?
Correct.
And so today we're requesting a child support judgment of $8,354.68 as of August 31st, 2023. Do you believe that amount is accurate?
That sounds accurate, yes.
And because she's incarcerated, we're not requesting any payout on that arrears balance. Are you in agreement with that?
When you say pay out of the arrears balance, my understanding is that one of the stipulations of her release is to get that arrears balance taken care of. I was explaining to the Attorney General's representative that my ex, both her parents have died within the last year, and she has over $150,000 in assets. So
she'll still owe that money, but we won't set a monthly payment right now because she's incarcerated, but we can set one up once she has been released.
Okay.
And what kind of health insurance do the children have?
Part of the court orders of possession of the children was she was to provide health insurance, but she quit paying her Blue Cross Blue Shield premium. I think it expired in July, or not expired.
And do you have them on insurance currently?
I do not. I'm planning on putting them on the ACA effective January 1st. That's the earliest I can get them in.
All right. So you're in agreement to carry health insurance for them through another source?
I cannot afford health insurance for them through another source. I have an ex who has not paid anything in years, and I'm self-employed, and I'm dealing with paying for the kids fully, and I'm dealing with inflation. So I understand that the kids need health insurance, but I cannot afford to go out and get it on the marketplace without the ACA.
And have you applied for Medicaid or CHIP insurance for them?
I have not, no.
And the order has to state what kind of insurance the children will have. So we can either have it to where you would carry it through another source or where you would apply for government coverage. Is there a preference you have?
I have looked at alternate sources, and that's prohibitively expensive. I've got dental insurance on them now. I got that in place, but I'm happy to apply through. I'm sorry, did you say CHIP or Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
And because the mother's incarcerated, we're requesting to modify her child support to $0 per month and not request any medical support at this time. Are you in agreement with that?
In agreement. I mean, it sounds like I have no choice. If I don't have an alternative, then I'll concede. But no, I'm not in agreement when she has money in the bank that she can make these payments with, and that's frustrating.
And has there been any family violence between you and Ms. Crants in the last 2 years?
No, not between me and her.
Do you have any safety concerns with her having your address or your phone number?
She already has both.
And if you were to move tomorrow, you'd be required to give her that new information. Are you comfortable with that?
I'd prefer not. There is a violence history with the kids.
And
I doubt I'll be moving tomorrow.
Do you know why she's currently incarcerated?
She's on her 3rd DWI, so I believe it's in connection with non-compliance with her, what do you call it, probation, I believe. Again, that's what I understand.
I will pass the witness.
Okay. All right. So I understand, Mr. Crants, this probably is kind of frustrating why you're here today. We do these cases when people are incarcerated.
Yes, Your Honor.
Stop the bleeding on a case where child support and medical support are accruing and there's no income. I understand you say she may have inherited the money. If she does, the Attorney General's office will try to reach out for that money to be paid to pay off these arrears. But we're also looking at trying to pay off the, stop the child support for now. When she's released, we'll need to come back to court to restart child support. So it's very important that you know, I know you don't really care to know much about her life, but it would help
No.
so that you know
Uh,
when she's
yeah.
released, so that you can inform the Attorney General's office or file your own motion to modify to restart the child support. Because otherwise she will not be ordered to pay support until I do a new court order. I'm granting you a non-disclosure as to your address. You're not required to notify her of of any new address you may have. I understand you say you may not move, but just in case, since there's been
Yes, Your Honor.
family violence issues that you're alleging, I'm not requiring you to do that. Court costs is billed to the mother. The Attorney General's office will draft an order based on all this. They'll still keep, like I said, keep working on collecting the $8,000 plus. And so if they can find that, they will try. And then we'll go from there when she's released. You are done with court, sir. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask you one quick question?
Yes.
There's no way to put in the orders that upon release that the child support kicks back in. I guess that's not an option.
It's not really enforceable because we don't know when she's going to get released. So when we look at orders, we try to be very specific about begin dates as it's like when child support is supposed to begin. Like if you're in another case where you're establishing support today, we would say child support begins October 1st. We don't know when that'll be for her because we don't know when she's going to get released. So that's why I said it's very important that someone know that she got out so we can start that process over again. We can't do it based on a vague date that we may not have information on. The Attorney General's office may not know when she gets out. So there's no way for them to put it on the computer that it's supposed to begin on a certain date.
Okay, I'm just curious because I mean, if I contact the Attorney General's office and then the Attorney General's office has problems serving her, then it could be months and months of her being free and not paying child support. So that's my concern. She's a pretty wily person when it comes to evading paying money to all sorts of folks, myself included.
I understand the frustration, and unfortunately there's not much else I can really do. Okay.
Totally understand. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. You have a good day, and thanks to all of you.
Thank you. All right, you're excused. Bye-bye.
You've since received all the money you were supposed to receive pursuant to the terms of the judgment of divorce. Isn't that correct?
I have received my funds, yes, but I have
Okay.
not been made whole. I want to be made whole.
Okay.
I had to go through whether I hired a lawyer or not. This is about gender discrimination.